Ladies and gentlemen, we got Logic. No pressure, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure, no pressure. And the legend, No ID, is joining us today. He executive produced the project No Pressure, which is a miraculous delivering kind of under. It's called No Pressure, but I feel like Logic. I don't know if you want to speak to this to set this off. I feel like you delivered under pressure. Your new dad. We're currently experiencing an unprecedented global pandemic, which is uncharted waters to say the least. And you have decided that you wanted to step away from the game and retire, and quote, retire. So explain what no pressure means with all that shit going on.
I think no pressure is kind of just that, right? Stepping away from shit, not really giving a damn. A lot of the talks that me and No ID had in the studio were mainly just about life and living life, enjoying life, loving life. And when you're over here thinking about a number one and a who said who about what about you, and you're just focused on all those things instead of your child and your family and first and foremost yourself and your mental health, it's a lot of pressure, you know? So I think it's more of like a symbol of what I'm trying to attain, and I'm trying to attain every day, you know, just to live my life with no pressure. So yeah, but I mean, retirement, it's a real thing. I just don't give a shit anymore, and I don't want to pretend like I care about the this and the that. It's like, man, when I cared the most, I was the most unhappy. And what I did with this album, dude, what we did with this album is we just made some shit we'd want to listen to.
The way you sound on most of this album does not sound like a man who is ready and out of gas and going to sit down. There's a lot of bravado. There's a lot of confidence. There's a lot of there's literally, I went through it. Dad bod, dark place, and obviously the outro, which is, I mean, is a goodbye, and it's not even you. It's who is that? It's Orson Welles.
Orson Welles, yeah.
Dark Place is probably the only record on here where I'm like, okay, he's speaking to why he's putting the mic down. Everything else sounds like you're not done.
Yeah, because I don't think I wanted, I don't want it to be this like sad gasm of an album where it's like people will listen to it and be like, oh, that's the last one, you know? Like I want them to listen to that and be like, it's like I want new people who don't even know, who are going to discover me over the years, to be like, oh, was that his first album? Like, damn, he sound hungry and he loves it and he cares and all this other. I do. I still care. I'm still writing raps right now. You know, me and Dion still making beats, and ID still making beats, and that just is what it is. It's therapeutic. It's a way of life. You know, I'm not gonna sit here and be like, never say never and that and all this stuff, because I'm not trying to give anybody hope, especially myself. I found peace and happiness in myself with what I'm doing. I am stepping away, and it's for me indefinite. Like I don't, when it comes to rap and all the stuff that encapsulates it in the industry, many times it outweighs the actual art of it, for me, and it makes me not happy to have to clear these samples and deal with people and money, and they don't care about the art and all this. It's done me more bad than good in the public eye. So if it heals me and makes me happy and smile and laugh and connect with my friends, my peers, and my teachers in private, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? So that's why I wanted to give them something that sounded that way. Especially on Celebration. That song's crazy.
No ID. You've seen a lot of people step away from the game. We're listening to Logic here today. Do you believe Logic is stepping away from being a public MC?
Well, now I'm gonna say this. I tap on one of the conversations I thought was key while we were working. One day, I think he wasn't in a great mood, and I came by, and he was just like, "Man, I'm tired of this." And he was in an almost rage level disdain, and you was broke. and you were happy, right? I'm like, man, why can't you just push reset on your feelings today and go back to that moment in this multi-million-dollar house where you could really still take care of your family and do all the things that's important on a life level? Because I just know too many people that this thing engulfs them. So what I think he's stepping away from is that energy that we call industry, you know, and those expectations and those like. I've told people I'm gonna make beats till I'm not living. Am I gonna try and sell all the beats? I don't know, man. I don't know what I want to do, you know, because sometimes I did things out of a need for money, and some things I did for the art. And I've always used my Picasso / stop sign theory of painting. You know, you got to know what you're trying to paint when you're trying to paint it and what's your goal. So I think he's walking away from everything that the industry is.
I'm leave that there and get into Soul Food 2.
Okay.
Why did you entitle this Soul Food 2?
So this is actually a great story. So Mel Doan is the composer who originally created this, and we thought it was a woman named Danielle Licari, who I do believe is singing on it. But it's this old French song from way, way back in the day, and I couldn't get the original one cleared, so we kind of just replayed it and like flipped it around. And shout out to DJ Khalil on that for Soul Food 1 on Under Pressure. And it was a big fan favorite. And I think the thing that made me want to do it is I was like, well, if this is such a fan favorite, I can't one. I have to go in and pull from a place in my soul where it's like every lyric, every bar. And that's how it was on this whole album, bro. I wrote the whole do I have my can you give me my my book, my notebook in there? Every bar, bro. Like I would write 2, 3, 4 bars or a punchline and then, you know, kind of wrap it into another punchline. Thank you. And step away, whether it was 4 hours or 2 days, and come back and finish that. You know, a lot of my career, even on the first few albums, I'm just on my iPhone and I'm just writing. That's it. There it is. Do what you're going to do with it. This, I like, you know, so this is the journal that I did it on. And I mean, it is just filled with, see, it's me, like this right here, this line right here. I'm flowing for the listener already knowing, yeah, kind of like a therapist, or rather Cole in 2005 flowing like cannabis. Like, you know what I mean? Like the amount of effort and time that I put into this album, that we put into this album, is unlike any album I'd ever done before. So the most dope part about this record is that I hunted down, because the logic I was 6 years ago with Under Pressure and the clout and power I had isn't the same today. And I utilized that to hunt this dude down in France. He's in his 80s. I had to write him a letter, and it had to be transcribed from English to French because like some American words could be like low key rude, if you know what I mean. Yeah, like all this, begging him, you know, and basically saying like, I want to teach this generation about music and where it comes from. And he gave me the okay.
Man, I is a big Outkast sample in this too. Yes?
Yeah, Spotty Uddy Dopalicious.
You layered a couple of samples on this. This might be 3 samples on here.
Nah,
Yeah.
that was Logic right there. That wasn't me.
Logic. How many samples you got in here?
It's 3 samples. It's Lil Kiki, Knocking Those Down, Freestyle. It's Tarika Blue, Dream Flower, and it is the horns from Spotty Uddy Dopalicious. Yeah, I ain't make shit on that song. No, I'm just kidding.
I did it for the culture.
I did
this
it
for the culture was a song.
Yeah, we did this for the culture. We actually had a conversation because No Idea came in last minute for this other record for the outro with Orson Welles on it. And without getting too deep into it, it was just a lot of sample shit. And it was like, it was some hell. And I was like, man, I don't know what I'm going to do. We almost weren't able to do it. Not because of Orson Welles, but because of other things. And he just goes, hey, man, just give it to me. I'll just do it. And this dude, like, I mean, it is a story. Within like 3 hours, we went from, because we had turned the album in, it was mastered, it was ready. Then legal hits us like, oh, we can't do this because XYZ. And I'm like, and the album's supposed to be out in like 7 days. I'm like, what the? And then I call, no ID, and I'm a little like, I don't know what to do, man. And he's like, I got you. So within like a 3 hour span, we went from having a turned in album to then being told, no, we can't do it legally because of money and other people, to then taking the sample out, replaying it completely originally, mixing it, adding all this stuff at the end of it, mastering it, turning it in within an hour that we would have been able to make the date. Like, it's crazy, dude.
It's magic. You're gonna learn to love this game, Logic. You're not done. You're gonna learn to love all this stress. You know what I mean? You're gonna learn to love it.
Why you think I look younger? I was scared. I was like, man, I'm starting to look hella old. Stress, baby. I was like, I've been using clay-based masks at the end of the night with my wife and shit. Life is good.